Happy Sunday, everyone. So today's a big day. Obviously, I'll talk about the Raiders draft and what I thought. But more importantly, it's very difficult to enjoy the draft knowing that you're going into this game today as a Lakers fan, going 1-2 right now. So big important game four for us. Obviously, there was a lot of things that happened that could have been something that would have made a big difference had it not happened. Obviously, Luka being sick made a huge impact to our offensive team. Uh, Even then, though, LeBron did step up and made that hole less noticeable with Reeves as well stepping it up. Big deal this time around because, like I said, Reeves and LeBron have been kind of off the last two games before this, so seeing them step up gives me a little bit of excitement seeing going into game four. If they both can continue with the trend of keeping the offensive momentum, that would be great. I think the biggest concern is obviously the support around everybody else. So Rui's great defensively to a certain degree. I don't really know, honestly. There's nobody defensively on this team that has showed up to this actual game and done anything much different. Vanderbilt has been great aggressively, but he does do a lot of turnovers. I don't know what it is. He's not really good offensively. Obviously Gabe Vincent has been doing great defensively. Hayes has been a big disappointment this whole series. I'm not sure what JJ Redick's going to do with him. Obviously, we need a center, and we don't have one, so we're kind of stuck there. My concern is, why isn't Dalton Knecht getting any minutes? Is Dalton Knecht not someone we could think that could be something offensively? I mean, literally, it's only been Reeves, LeBron, and Luka. Outside of the three, you're a hit or miss with Rui offensively. You're a hit or miss with anybody else. For me, put Dalton in at this point because, I know this sounds terrible because it's game four. This is the game on the line. But he has not gotten any minutes. And to me, it makes no sense because he's warranted minutes. Because offensively, he's shown that he can be that extra person to help. So I'm hoping that, if Hayes is going to lose minutes there, that Dalton will be able to get some minutes. Obviously, Dorian Smith has been great, somewhat offensively, a lot on the defense. The problem is with our defenders that we have on this team. They are not great contributors on the offense. So I think Dalton and Knecht in there kind of might help us a little bit, get a little bit of more offense that we have been struggling for the most part with. Majority of the rest of the big three that we have not been contributing. So I've said it even in the first video when I first went in. I'm like, people are going to think this is an easy game. And I knew this wasn't going to be easy because their physicality, their ability to put up. Julius Randle, though, who the fuck? I mean, I didn't think he was going to be this great this series. So he's been very aggressive. And did I expect him to be better than some of our three in the first three games? No. Randall's been really good. Goldberg, I knew that was going to be a great center that's going to put aggression against us. So Anthony Edwards has been, what we expect. So I think the biggest concern is obviously the rest of our supporting cast. My biggest concern is their ability to get the second chance points. Obviously, a majority of their points have been second chance. They have been low scoring percentage without those second chance points. So I think you take away that, you're able to continue this, great offensive scheme that we're having. The biggest concern, obviously, is that last game we played horrific. And the fact that they weren't up double digits the majority of the game was surprising. But the reason being is because their shooting percentage was absolutely shit. So if we lose this, it's not because they're better offensively. It's just they outmanned us. They physically put their bodies against us and said, you're not going to get this. And there was a lot of questions of whether or not there's been whistles being blown in the audience, which whatever. What can we do as fans who are watching the TV show from home are supposed to do? I just think that the other thing that I have the biggest issue and concern is it's always been a problem with LeBron and now apparently with Luka is requesting and demanding these fouls. Like, stop doing that. You take time from transition ball, you take away from them, getting that easy layup or whatever the case be. We need to be aggressive and stop asking for these refs to give us whistles. I think that was my biggest issue and concern with the series is that there's been times where moments of the game you see them you know, arguing or trying to get the refs to come with them. And I'm a big Lakers fan. So whatever benefits this team, however, the time that it's taking and for us to get back onto defense is not helping this team at all, especially considering our defense hasn't been great. So the fact that you're doing this is not going to help this team. You're going to just make it hurtful. That being said, obviously, there's a lot of, you know, calls both ways. And, you know, people will argue that it's just Lakers getting their way. And honestly, it's just both sides. You can see it from both sides, obviously. Some of them from what we're getting called, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be the first one. I mean, some of the calls that we're getting, I'm like, damn, that did not look like a foul, but whatever, I'll take it. So I don't expect that going into game 4, though. So I think a majority of this team needs to realize that, you know, we got some calls here and there, but we cannot continue to hope that that's going to be our breaking through. Obviously, like I said, you know, this team has a lot of issues with that being no center and the fact that you have nobody to rebound the ball. And, you know, they get the ability to get those second chance points, which is majority of where their points are coming from. I think if you take that away and become more aggressive, getting the rebounds and helping your team, and even that on the opposite side as well. Offensively, there's nobody helping to get the rebounds. When someone shoots the ball, there's, I would say, maybe a 60%. There's nobody there that's our team underneath, just trying to make sure that the ball goes in. I think that needs to change. Obviously, we don't have that big center to be aggressive, to be under the hoop in the event someone makes that shot. But something needs to change. Obviously, going into this game 4, if we lose this, I don't see us winning at all this series. So, like I said in my game 1 video, I think Lakers will win this in game 6. We'll make it to game 6. If we win this one, I think we win the rest. Maybe they win one at our home or their home. But this game is definitely the one that is going to tell us where we're at. And if we don't make it, I think it's just the fact that we knew coming into this actual playoff, we had this hole of no center. And then going into this, we knew that losing, you know, Davis was another hole that we didn't have to fill to begin with. So that was a big deal. So I think offensively we should do better. But if we don't win this game, I don't expect us to do any much more of the rest of the series. So tell me what you guys think. Are you thinking there's somebody on this bench that hasn't gotten the opportunity? I know a lot of people want Bronny James to come out, but honestly, I don't know if that's the answer. I think Dalton Knecht is one of the people that we haven't seen that I think has the ability to show us more than what we've already seen from the rest of the players. But you tell me what you guys think. Are you thinking there's some people that in the rotation that shouldn't get any minutes and be replaced by somebody else, or what? What are your thoughts and answers for this team? Because I'm getting much of nothing besides maybe getting Dalton Knecht some minutes this game. And I'm just hoping this is the game we start to see him off at least off the bench, and then he can prove himself. He gets more minutes every game. Happy Sunday. Hopefully this is a good video and we go into this win, and we'll go into game 5 with hopefully a better chance of trying to help the lead for us, okay? Enjoy this. Hopefully it won't make or break your beginning of the week. And I'll hopefully make a video soon about the draft.